I think that's something that you and I have in common is we both do a lot of research on our
Hmm.
guests. And to me, if someone's going to take the time to be on your show, then I better know a thing or two about them and be able to lead
Yeah.
them in the questions that I want them to do, which is surprising why people call you the Larry King of podcasting, because
Mm.
when I think of Larry King, he's kind of like
No,
Joe Rogan. He's not very
not
well
super
prepared.
prepared. Yeah, exactly. Actually, that line is from Forbes or Inc. magazine or something like that. And I remember it was getting published or pressed. It's a funny story about this. I did the interview for that magazine, and they said, we're going to compare you to some famous broadcasters. And I was like, cool, that always looks good. I get a call at like 4 o'clock in the morning, and it was a friend of mine who lives in France. And he was like, you should probably call Inc. magazine and have them change the post that they just posted because they're going to put it in paper. And I thought, okay, why? And he said, well, it says Jordan Harbinger is the Charlie Rose of podcasting, which if you know Charlie Rose is like a very well-prepared interviewer. And I said, yeah, I'm stoked about that. We talked about that. Why are you waking me up to tell me they called me the Charlie Rose of podcasting? Like, I know about that. I saw the draft. Well, you should Google Charlie Rose news and just like let that sing. And I Googled it, and it was when it was like he had harassed some intern and he was in the middle of getting canceled. And
Oh my
I
gosh.
think I won't quote the actual thing because it was a really disgusting sort of tagline, but I immediately had emailed Inc. magazine and I was like, can we change that to any other broadcaster? And they're like, we have to change it right now. Who do you want it to be like? I mean, who else is a famous broadcaster? And I was like, I don't know, Larry King. And they were like, done. And then that was like an hour before it went to print or something. And so that's how it ended up saying the Larry King of podcasting. It was the Charlie Rose of podcasting, who's a very well-prepared interviewer. But I thought Charlie Rose, we're never going to hear from that guy again. He's getting, he's getting canceled right now. And
Should send up Barbara Walters.
hey, I would have taken Barbara Walters, like 2020 hindsight, Barbara Walters, Anderson Cooper, anyone other than a guy who literally doesn't prepare at all for his guests. Larry King, I like the guy. I met him a bunch of times. But yeah, he famously was unprepared for his guests. And so it was a pretty inappropriate comparison, but here we are.